Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, welcome back to the second part of the video, right? So children, now any one of you can recall that what did we learn in our first part of the video? Okay, let me just tell you that what all did we learn. So children, we learned that clothes are one of our basic needs of life, right? And we learned that the clothes that we wear, they vary. That means they depends according to the seasons and our traditions, right? And we also learned about the different costumes of different places across the world. Right, children? Okay, so now let's move on. We will learn more about the clothes that we wear. They also vary according to the occasion. This is the third reason, right? And the fourth reason is our age. The fifth reason is our occupation. Right, children? And the last one is the sources of clothes. All right, children? Okay, now we'll move on to the third type of condition, that is according to the occasions, okay? The dresses or the clothes according to our occasion. Now, you all know, children, that we wear different clothes on different occasions, isn't it? Let's see. Yes, can you identify something? Yes, this is our school uniform, right? Yes, as you are happy to see this, even I am also very happy to show you this. See, children wear uniforms to schools, okay? This is one type of occasion, okay, that you wear only uniforms in your school, okay? You wear these uniforms to your school. Now, what is the next one? Yes, we wear casual clothes while playing. Now, will you wear your school uniform when you go to play? Outside, not inside your school, outside. Yes, you will not do that. You will wear something casual, something which is, relaxing. Isn't it? Yes. Now, we also wear party wears in parties. Now, tell me, children, will you wear your casual clothes in parties? No, of course not, isn't it? So, you wear nice dresses, good dresses, okay, to the parties, and those are known as party wears. Now the last one. See, what are they wearing? Those are so relaxing, so comforting, isn't it? Now, children, we wear night suit for sleeping. Why? Because sleeping time is the most relaxing time and comforting time. So you got to wear something relaxing and comforting while you sleep. All right, children, I hope you're able to understand this. Okay. Now, the fourth condition is our age. Of course, we wear different clothes according to our age, isn't it? Now, let's see what is the first one? Yes, see, the very first type are the dresses of kids. Now, you being small kids, your dresses will exactly look like this, okay? Now, when you'll grow a little old, when you'll become a teenager, okay? Teenager means when you'll step into the age of 13, okay, till the age of 19, your dresses might look like these, okay? If you like to wear these type of dresses, you can wear, okay? These are the dresses of teenagers. Now the next one, dress of middle age. Now, what your mama and papa wears, your mama wears salwar also, your mama wears nice saris also, right? So, and your papa sometimes wear a suit like this, and sometimes he wears shirts and pants, trousers, right? So this is the dress of middle age. Now the last one is the dress of old people. Now old people, they always wear loose, comfortable, relaxing dresses and saris for women and kurta pajama, okay, for men. All right, able to understand, children? Right. Now I'll move on to the fifth condition, or the fifth one that varies according. So what is that? That is the occupation. Now, children, what is occupation? those are works, those are jobs. Okay, different types of jobs that people do, that your mama papa does, uncle auntie, isn't it? Now see, some occupations require different clothes to be worn. Okay, now that is their mark of identification. Okay, for example, when you go to a hospital, okay children, now there can be a nurse, there can be a doctor, but how will you identify? You will identify with their dresses, right? This is called the mark of identification. Now see, their dresses that they wear is called their uniforms. Okay, as you have your school uniform, yes, in the same way they also have their uniforms. Let's just see some more examples so that it is easier for you to understand. Now see, the very first picture over here is a uniform of a nurse. Okay, somewhat looks like this. Okay, now this is a uniform of a doctor. Doctor always wear a white, cloth, a white coat, and they carry their stethoscope with them. Okay, so you can see them and you can identify that here. This is the picture of a uniform of a police officer, right children? And this is known as a khaki uniform, right? Yes, and police officer protects us from all sorts of dangerous things around us, isn't it children? Yes. So now we will see a uniform of a soldier. Yes, she is a soldier, and this is how the uniform looks like. And a soldier protects us from so many things, isn't it? They protect us from the terrorists. They guard our country, isn't it? Yes, children. Now the next picture is of an astronaut, right? So astronaut is the one who travels to space and who discovers so many new things and important things for our country, isn't it? And of course for the entire world. All right, children. Now the next topic and the last topic about clothes that we are going to learn is the sources of clothes. Now, what is the meaning of sources of clothes, children? Sources means where do we get it from, actually. Now, for example, you have learned in your previous chapter about food, okay? Now, for example, milk. Now, where do we get milk from? We get milk either from cow or from a goat. In the same way, children, we also get clothes from where? We get clothes from plants and animals. They are the main sources of our clothes. Okay? Yes. Now the first one, children, as you can see the picture over here. Yes, we get wool from sheep. Now this is how, children, the wool from the sheep is being taken out from the body of the sheep, and once it is being taken out, we get to make woolen clothes from wool, right children? Yes. Now let's move on to the second one. Yes, we get cotton from where? From cotton plants. Right children, as you can see the picture, yes, this is how we get cotton, and there are separate people, different people who take out the cotton from the plants. Right children, and we get to make cotton clothes from cotton plants. Right children? Yes. Now the third one, we get silk from where? From the silkworm. That is an insect, right children? Yes, and this is how the silkworm, the insect, makes the material silk, right children? Yes, it is so interesting to see, isn't it children? Look at the movement of the silk, how it is making silk, isn't it? Yes. Now this is how, children, the material that we get from silkworm, that is silk material, the dresses are made and they look exactly like this. Those are little shiny and satin kind of. Okay children? Alright. Now let's move on to the next topic. how are clothes made? How clothes are made? So, let me explain you. So, children, the various types of material that we get from plants and animals, those are what? Those are cotton, silk and wool. All those are spun into yarn. So, what is a yarn? You can see this device, this machine over here. So, each one of the material, these are spun into this particular yarn in this particular manner. See, children, see very clearly, this is how it has been spun, means it is rotating, it is moving, right? And then what happens, children? The weaver weaves the thread. Now, who is the weaver? Who actually does the work of the weaving. Okay, now the weaver weaves the thread into cloth. It turns the thread into cloth. He makes the cloth, right, on a loom. And what is a loom? This entire machine or the device that you can see, children, that is a loom. Okay, yes. Then what happens? This is how, children, the cloth is made from the thread. Okay, it is a very hard work and a very long process of making or turning thread into cloth. Right, children? Just see how beautifully the cloth is made. How beautifully, how wonderfully, isn't it? Yes. Are you all happy and excited to see this? Even I am also very happy to show you. Then what happens? Yes, once the cloth is made, the tailor stitches the cloth into cloths of all types into the one which we want. Okay? Yes. Then once the cloth is made, once the clothes are made, the washerman or dhobi washes our clothes in the laundry so that all the dirt and the dust, whatever is there in the cloths, gets washed away. Okay? Now, we children, I hope you all know that we must always wear washed clothes. So clothes should be washed regularly. Right, children? Yes. Now, let me tell you one interesting fact once again. So, the children, the fibers that we get from plants and animals are called natural fibers that you just learnt now, right? Those are cotton, wool and silk, etc. Okay? Now, there are other kind of fibers also. Okay? The man-made fibers, those are called synthetic fibers, which are made by human beings, which are made by us. Okay? Those are nylon and polyester and etc. Okay, now let me show you one example so that you will understand it in a better way. So nylon is on the left hand side and the polyester is on the right hand side. As you can see the pictures over here, children, these two are synthetic fibers. That means those are made by human being. Okay, right, children. So that is the end of the chapter, children, and I hope all of you must have understood it. Now let's just give a quick recap. Okay, so what did we learn today, children? We learned that the next and the 3 reasons that how and why the clothes depend. Okay, and why do we wear the different types of clothes? So clothes that we wear vary, that means depends according to the occasion, our age and our occupation. Right, children? Yes, we just learnt about it. And there are 3 main sources of our clothes. That is wool, cotton and silk. Okay, and we also learned about that how clothes are made. I just showed you few pictures, right? Few videos, short videos. Okay, now clothes should be washed regularly. Okay, we must always wear washed and neat and tidy clothes. Alright, children? Okay, I hope you all must have understood this chapter, children. If you have any sorts of doubt, do not forget to ask me in the class. Alright, thank you so much, children, for listening to me. Have a wonderful day ahead. Take care.